What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be talking about why Indians have got a lot of businesses, why they are so successful than blacks. Maybe in the UK it is a similar story, I don't know, but I heard a few days ago I made a video where I talked about why Indians, or the multi-billion dollar business area in Lusaka, Zambia. If you didn't watch that video, make sure check it somewhere here. Yeah, on my top right corner. Check out the video where I talked about the Kamala residential area, where millions of dollars are exchanged every single day, and this place is dominated by the Indians. Now, in today's video, I'll be talking to you why and how the Indians, what makes them so superior in this area of business, why Indians make it. Now, I have a few Indian friends where I get these facts. Some of them is because I buy a lot of stuff from the Indians, and me, when I go to their shops most of the time, I like making some chats. I like chatting with them to find out what about many aspects about their lives, about their religion, just about who they are. And I like, even a stranger, I will still try to strike a conversation with them. Some are so serious, but some are not so serious. Don't take it too personal. Some don't mind us chatting. So, number one reasons why the Indians are so good in their business, especially here in Zambia, why they literally took over. I'll also be talking about it. I want you to comment your opinion as well. Yeah, you tell me what you think. Will Zambians or will the indigenous ever catch up with the Indians that, for example, we have in Zambia? Not in my lifetime. Zambians can never overtake the Indians, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. Okay, number one thing is that the Indians, for example, I talked a little bit about it in my previous episodes. Indians who go to the shop, the parents who go to the shop, do their business, maybe with their wife, sometimes by their side. They can be alone. A child will be home. The children will go to school. When they knock off or when they are not in school, these kids will still go to their parents' business or their shop. Observe how they do trade. They learn from what they are seeing their parents are doing. They are trying to understand until they grow up. Their parents get older, like I said, when they are normal there, or when they don't have strength anymore. In fact, when they are dead, when they have even gone, the children will still take over because they already know the business. Contrast with our Zambian culture. Yes, I remember there were some hardcore, some of them said in Zambia, Twalishipula, we are still sleeping. Yes, we may say that, but it is a cultural thing. It's because we were not taught. Us will be taught to go to school, go and pass, go and get a good career. But I'm sure I can tell you, you end up working for, some of the people still end up working for Indians as maybe a driver, or maybe as an accountant, or maybe working in the shop of that same Indian who only ended at maybe grade 12. Most of the time, Indians will just go secondary school maximum, and then the parents, and then they'll take over, or they'll join the parents to push their business empires. While us, you still be struggling with your CVs, looking for a job. After getting 6 points at grade 12, you go to university with a degree, and you are there crying every day. A few days ago, I remember, we thank God, I love the president of Zambia. He just announced where the government has employed more than 30,000 teachers. You can see degree, diploma holders, certificate holders scampering for these jobs, but you will discover that among them you never see an Indian scampering for the same opportunities. Why? Because us who only have game plan A. The game plan is just to go get a job, get a degree, get a job. That's all. That is all we were taught. It reminds me of a great book. If you've never read it, please, I encourage you, you can check it out. If you've never read, there are a lot of lessons to learn about it. Poor Dad, Rich Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It is a book where it talks about how the rich teach their kids about money and how the poor teach their kids about money. So this is what happens. Find that in Kamwala. There are other businesses I spoke about, like Trade Kings. Trade Kings was founded by, okay, I will no longer call them Indians because these are Zambians. Let me say Indians or Zambians of Indian origin. That is how we should. So when I'm saying an Indian, please don't take it too personal. I don't mind. We also call them Bamwenye. So these guys have like made it big time because they are kids. They do it. Us, even if you start a business, most of the time find that us in Africa or here in Zambia, you do your business. Once the parents die, most of the time the businesses will also die. So it is something which we need. Somebody was asking, but why is it so? It is what it is because our parents never taught us. So it is also us in our generation to also teach them. I gave an example of how some Indians, a chap who come from India village, he can't speak English, doesn't know how to even talk to people. But they will be training him. They will be training him. So take care. They give him a small shop, give him a few products, start managing it. Managing to 1-2 years, he knows how to speak Nyanja, how to speak English. A few months, 1-2 years later, that guy is empowered to start. They open an outlet for him. He starts selling. Before you know it, he's also an owner and he's a big boss. He owns a business, yet he just came from one village. So one of the things why they took over the market, for example, let me tell you, the Indians, like I said, when some of us were born in Zambia, we found Indians in Zambia. We grouped up with them. Let me give you a classic example. I grew up, I spent most of my childhood years in a small town, 160 kilometers west of Lusaka, known as Mumbwa. Yes. So in the little town called Mumbwa, a small town where I grew up in the rural areas of Mumbwa. That is where I actually grew up. I went to school at Mumbwa High School. We used to call it Mumbwa Dual Secondary School because it was a secondary school for both male and female pupils. So during that school, there were some Indians I would observe when I was in grade 8, grade 9. There was this Indian called Dipando. I saw many other Indians they would come to our school. We went to the same school. But what I noticed that immediately they completed grade 12, those guys still stuck, or you would come from school, go to the shops with their parents. Then they would be working with their parents when they are not in class. When they finished school, those guys just went straight, joined their parents. Today, they are no longer in Mumbwa. They have expanded their business. They live in Lusaka, commanding industries. That is the Pando guy. There was also another one. Another one who I used to know was running. There was a group in the late 80s. I was still very young. Late 80s. Early 90s, okay, and almost the whole 90s, this Indian company was known as Kasak Trading Company. So these guys used to run a shop, a wholesale store for groceries and other things, you know. I would see these guys, how they grew, their business grew. I left Mumbwa a long time ago. Fast forward 20 years later. One time, then I go to this company to go and buy feed for my pigs at the farm. I park my pickup truck to like get some feed. When I went to make payments, I see these Indians. And you know, some people do not want to say these, okay, Indians who are these Zambians by Indian origin selling. I was like, wait a minute, this guy was so serious counting the money, stacks of money at a milling company known as A1 Milling. I said, wait a minute, I think I've seen you somewhere. More than 20 years ago, I used to see you in one shop called Kasaki in Mumbwa. And now you are here. Yes, you are the one. I know you, right? Then he says, you are actually right. Oh no, I know some people would think it would take offense. But I mean, for what? I was just trying to, I recognized the guy and I said, I used to see you more than 20 years ago. I was very young. I used to see you in a wholesale shop. He said, yes, now we run this milling company known as A1 Milling. So you see, their company, I saw their dad. Those days he looked young. And now I saw their dad. He was no longer working there. He was like just going around the milling company with a stick. All the money, just watching what is happening. The money is still sticking around and his children were running the business. Some in pickups like Hilux, but a lot of them, I saw them, they are running the Land Cruisers. So that is how Indians, they run it into the blood. But us blacks or Zambians in particular, most of the time we don't do that. Most of the time, us Zambians, our parents taught us, you just go and get your job, start working paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. I know things are changing a little bit slowly, but trust me, we can never beat the Indians in my lifetime. Never. Because do you think they'll stop? No. It's either we come and find them. So that's why, I mean, it is what it is, guys. So we find that as we go to school, this one becomes a teacher, this one becomes a nurse, this one becomes a doctor. Even the most educated will so be scattered, but they will never build wealth for themselves. They work till they get retirement. They work until they start living on retirement until they die. So they will die with their skills. They will never leave wealth the way the Indians do, which they call generational wealthy. So Indians live generational wealthy for their people. That is why they have ticked like that. Then the other thing I've also noticed about Indians will come. That is a topic for another day. Maybe I should talk about it. There's another topic which I intend to talk about. Indians versus Chinese. Because although people feel Chinese have like taken over, well, but if you came and told a Zambian between Indian and the Chinese, whom do you like? You hear all manner of stories. Yes, one of the reasons why the Indians are liked, you find that an Indian will enter Zambia 1, 2, 3. The Indians will smile with them. You will laugh with them. You can even joke with them, chat with them, even in the local language. But let me tell you, a Chinese will struggle to speak English. The English, I'm saying, you know too much. For example, there is a common joke. Okay, it has turned into a joke, but it's a reality. For example, a Chinese will go to the filling station. You still be struggling, even in English. And sometimes they are so proud to learn Nyanja or Bemba, the local language where they learn from, but not an Indian. An Indian will learn your language and speak with you in your language. Who would hate such a person? Now we find that a Chinese, for example, there is this thing which they say, a Chinese will come with his vehicle at the filling station, maybe with his driver. You say, okay, put fuel, put 250. Put 250. So when somebody says put fuel for 250, so there is this joke which is going around. It has turned into a joke, but it's the right thing. So if your attendant just goes there and then he punches and puts fuel for 250, 250, for 250, and then he handed Zomba the man and went to discover that the fuel attendant said, no, put for 250. He said, no, I told you put 250. Meaning he said, I told you to put the 50 kwacha, 50 kwacha. So 250s, meaning 100 kwacha. You see the thing? So those guys are like, and they will never smile, a China man. I'm not trying to be racist, I'm just telling you the truth. And in far be it that I would bring such kind of jokes about it. You find that, comment down below if what I'm saying. Compare a Chinese and an Indian investor or who is living in Zambia. Tell me, maybe wherever you live, tell me your experience. Do you think who is more sociable? You find that Indians, they will laugh with you, they will talk your language, they will understand you, although we have different cultures. That is why, for example, Zambian culture, I'm in my mother's home, whatever, my mother and daddy's home. Immediately I finish school, I get my job, I move out, I marry, I want my space. My sister get married, join the husband, need their space. I have brothers. My brother lives in his house. A lot of my brothers, they all live in their house. My sister is married in their own house. The Indian culture, they will build one big house. If I marry, I'll still live in my parents' house. I'll have a bedroom, but living in the same house. You see the difference of the culture. Because everything, when you are making wealth, it is for everyone. It's generational. So those are some of the cultural issues which they are almost difficult to deal without. So someone may say, I remember when I did the video about the Indian community in Zambia, a residential area called Bombay, Madras area here in Lusaka, where there are mainly Indians, almost 100% Indians. Madras area is because of the cultural differences. It may not be a good thing that Indians have chosen, although Indians are now going to Kamwala residential area. They'll come up because they have the money. He that has the gold rules, so they'll have the money. Go to your house, give you an offer. Maybe your house is worth $1 million kwacha. They'll just tell you, okay, I have 2 million for you. Can you sell me this house? Then you sell your house, they simply demolish it and build a mansion out of it. That is how Kamwala is changing. It can be a bad thing, but that is a real thing. Do I hate Indians? No way. For what? Actually, it is me, it is us who need to learn from them. There are some few Zambians who are hating on the Indians just because they have succeeded. They don't steal. They do their business legitimately, and they are also contributing to building the economy of this country. There is no need to hate them. In fact, over the years, I have made some friends who are Indians within Zambia. I have made some friends. Some of them I've never even met them. Some of them even watch my videos. They are more friendly to me than even my fellow blacks. Why hate? Extending the hate. So, and then in Zambia, some people were saying in the comment when I did the Indian, said, no, Indians also live in what? You don't live in Zambia, my friend. How can you know better than me? You don't live in Zambia. I know it. Go on the street, you never find an Indian begging here in Zambia. Never. You will not find them on the streets. There is a way they have embraced and they help each other. There is a circle amongst themselves. You will never see an Indian. Indians, they will also find a way of using them. Indians will never live in the ghettos of Zambia. Most of them, they will still live together in the best area. There is a way they take care of their own, in their own circle. Fact! Then, have I ever seen poor Indians? Of course, but not in Zambia. Poor Indians, I have seen them in Durban. Those days I used to go to South Africa before South Africans started, they started killing us. Yes, our own brothers in South Africa. I'm not saying South Africans are bad. A few bad people from South Africans were killing us. We would go to Durban to pick our cars. When we buy cars from Japan, our cars would arrive in Durban. or you buy Japanese vehicles in Durban, then we drive. Those days it became very risky for us. We were killed. A lot of our colleagues died because they will hijack you on the way, kill you, grab your car. Until they changed the things a little bit, started putting the cars on the carrier until things became completely changed. That's how we changed, and now we use Dar es Salaam. We discovered that our Swahili guys would speak them with their little Swahili. It was not so bad, although their police is hell because they will still ask for money on the way for soda, something like that, but they will not kill us. The Tanzanians don't kill us when it comes to that. I have only seen poor Indians begging in Durban, South Africa. Yes, a lot of them, they are there begging. I've also seen a few poor Indians in Dubai. Yes, the richest country where I have ever been, one of the most luxury country in the world. We have been Dubai. I have seen a lot of poor people who literally, the Indians, Pakistan, Afghanistan, they will be pushing wheelbarrows on the streets. They are the ones, when you buy something, they will come to you, boss. Because I was like somebody who never traveled. The time I traveled, I was like, what? You mean here in Dubai, Indians can push a wheelbarrow? You buy some stuff, it is an Indian who put it on the what and is pushing. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know. I thought it's only blacks who are so poor to do a job of like pushing. He traveled all the way from his country, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, and then they are pushing wheelbarrows to carry some water and earn a living, and even live on the street. Yes, I saw that in the most luxurious city in the world, Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Yes, so that is why I wanted to tell you, this is what makes the Indians seem to be smarter than us, the indigenous, because of the certain principles about business. That is how they keep growing. For example, one of the biggest businesses, like I said, any home you enter into, you find dishwashing paste, Trade Kings. You go toilet cleaner, Trade Kings. Bathing soap, Trade Kings. You go washing soap, Trade Kings. Drinks you are drinking, Trade Kings. I'm from drinking one funny drink here. Okay, I'm not advertising, but that's okay. There's a drink here. It has got like a weird taste. Sundance, Trade Kings. And these are Indians. They have done some intermarriages. They have done some children. They have made some other company. They make washing soap. If they see that you like, boom, you're almost getting what? They make another one called Banja. While you are still thinking about it, they will make another one. So it's like Trade Kings trading against another Trade Kings. I went to Tanzania, found a lot of Trade Kings products. Boom washing soap, some drinks. Now they're even exporting to Zimbabwe and Botswana. I was shocked. Indians in Zambia. On that note, guys, maybe I should do another video comparing the Chinese versus the Indians. Comment down below which video do you want me to do some comparison. So, well, that's the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Here in Zambia, we don't segregate as much. There may be few seeds. Us, from the 73 tribes in Zambia, the 73 ethnic cultural diversity. Yes, Christians, Muslims, Hindus, non-Christian traditionalists, whether you are Indian, in Zambia we believe we are one Zambia, one nation. Together we can make Zambia a great nation, this world a better place. See you in my next video. Peace.